Welcome to the MSP Corner podcast. Before we kick off our show, we would like to share what our main objective is at the MSP Corner. Our main goal is to help CEOs build profitable and self-sustainable IT service firms. We are not just providing tools for IT firms, we will be sitting in meetings with you to ensure your IT firm stays on track. The first area we are focused on, strategic sales. IT firms are stuck selling technology or IT support. We will provide you with the blueprint so you position your firm as an added value to your prospects. We will have framework on how to sell value so you influence the prospect into selecting your firm. The second area we see many IT firms struggle in is marketing. 90+% of businesses rely on antiquated marketing methods. The most popular choice, word of mouth. We have proven methods on how to attract the ideal prospect. Our framework will include how to become the online authority and be the business influencer for an industry. The third component to our package, scaling. IT firms walk away from opportunities because they lack the bandwidth or skill set to scale. We have lined up reputable businesses so our members can hire on-demand resources that will allow them to scale their business. The fourth area we will offer help in, selecting the right tools. In order to deliver value, you need the right tech stack. Our platform will offer information on products that are the ideal choice for MSPs. The fifth area we will offer help in is with documentation. Templates are a critical component when building an MSP. We will have contracts, proposals, SOWs, collateral, and much more in the template section. You will have every document you need to start up your managed IT service business. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to our next podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast. I am your host, Fernando Leon, and I am joined by my co-host, Gregory Moravietz. And today's topic, well, it's a series. It's going to be, we're starting a series, and today's topic is adding five figures of MRR. So this is series 1 of 3, because we're going to talk about a couple of other models, but as we dive in, you will see why this is a series of 1 of 3. Now, let me go over the table of contents real quick. Is, as an organization, where are you going to start? If you want to start generating you want to add 5 figures of MRR to your bottom line, it's like, where are you going to start, right? And it's going to depend on who you are. Where are you in your journey as an organization? The funnels, right? You're going to have to put funnels in place if you plan on generating an additional 5 figures of MRR. What do you say? We'll be discussing what you're going to say. And this is going to depend on several factors. What are you going to upsell? CRM is why it's critical, and we'll discuss why the most critical factor in all of this, these topics we're discussing is the follow-up. Okay, so let's jump right into this, and let's talk about where you're going to start. And this is all going to depend on your journey and who your organization is. Are you an established service provider? Are you a VAR? Are you just starting out? Are you a break-fix organization? So now you understand why we're going to have 3 shows on just this topic, is that we're going to talk about the established firm, the established VAR, the established service provider, because you guys have been in business for a while. You have already built trust. You have developed relationships.
You guys are in the door. You guys are now going to have to make a decision that you want to approach these clients that you've had a relationship for a while now and talk to them about the additional services you can now offer. Now, as an established VAR, you've kind of pigeonholed yourself because you're only selling technology. You're selling hardware, you're selling software, consulting services. So that's one model that has a lot of potential of generating a boatload of money. I've already seen it. I've been front row on these opportunities. So it's this is something that VARs seriously need to consider because it's you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. So let's talk about what you're going to do to generate additional revenue for your organization. And this is like monthly recurring revenue. This isn't just like a one-time hardware deal. We're talking this is you're generating revenue that's going to be coming in, guaranteed revenue, predictable revenue every month because you have sold a service for servicing the hardware you're already selling. So let's we're gonna and we're gonna dive into that. Now, a service provider is in a unique position. They're going to either be providing already IT, some type of IT service, staff augmentation. They're going to be providing a managed IT solution, a help desk, a co-managed solution, or they can be consultants that are just providing project support, on-site support, whatever. It can be some type of service. So you're considered a service provider. And have I clearly defined that okay, Gregory, for a service provider? Is there anything, did I leave anything out that you would add, or are you okay with that description?
No, I'm fine with that description.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what the next step would be. We're gonna say that hey, you guys are these both of these models are established. Well, you're gonna wanna you're going to need to approach your established clients one of two ways. Well, I would use both ways to be honest. You're going to be calling them and you're going to be emailing them. So email is obviously non-solicitation because you want to educate your clients. You want to keep them educated on new technology and how you can help them reduce costs and things of that nature. You can improve security. You can improve backup. You can improve if they're on premise environment, they can migrate to the cloud. The possibilities are endless. Now, calling is more direct because you're going to immediately pitch them on what you have to offer. So that leads to the next topic of what are you going to say? So there's a number of factors that are going to determine the pitch because the pitch is you have to you're going to have to capture their attention within a few seconds because I'll be extremely honest with you guys. If you're calling into a C-level executive or a VP level executive, you need to capture their attention immediately. And I know you have an established relationship. You have already built trust, you have built credibility, you're reliable, you're accountable, and there I'm sure that a lot of them are happy to hear from you. But you still need to come up with a pitch that is going to capture their attention and hit a nerve that is going to create an opportunity for you. Because this is just one step, guys. I mean, this is the first step. So, what are you going to say? Well, you're going to have to break all of your clients out by a number of things. Who is all of every organization is going to have a point of contact. Who is that point of contact? Right? And When I say who is that point of contact, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, it's Tom. No, I'm saying, is it the CEO? Is it the CFO? Is it the VP of IT? Is it the owner? Is it the director of IT? Is it the IT manager? Is it the system admin? And let me just flag the system admin position. We never call a system administrator. Never. You're going to talk to his boss, and you're not going over his head. We're not looking to replace him, but you can always plant that seed of subtle replacing. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So you get the gist of who is the point of contact. That is a critical component because that is going to factor in on what you're going to say. Now, another very important factor in all of this data collection is what industry are they in? Because your message is going to affect the industry that they're in. You're going to craft your message around that industry. Also, what is the size of the firm? So if it's a 500-person office and your contact is the director of MIS or director of IT or director of finance, that's okay. It's okay to approach a director at this level of an organization because it's going to be impossible to get in front of their boss. They're the ones that are probably going to be making the final decision because they have the most influence. So I'm okay starting off with them. So because it might just be too challenging to get in front of their boss. Now, you have to make a decision if this is going to be a co-managed or entire takeover, right? Because you guys, some of you one-man shows are probably thinking, I don't have the bandwidth to take over a 500-person office. Yes, you do. I don't ever want to hear any of my members say, I can't do this. You know what? We're going to have a one-on-one sit down and we're going to talk about why you can. A one-man show can provide 24/7 support. They can provide 24/7 SOC services. They can transition their break fix clients to managed IT services. Why? Why do I say this? Because there's a large number of resources that can help you deliver your brand, that model, a 24/7 SOC under your brand, your umbrella. You control it all, but you're going to have a partner that is going to deliver a complete SOC under your brand. So there's never, ever going to be a reason why you're going to turn down an opportunity or why are you going to leave money on the table. There's never, ever a reason. And that's how you build a business, guys, is sometimes you just need partners. It might be a part-time partner. It might be a partner that helps you out for 2-3 years. And then you have the ability and you have the funds to build your own stock if that's the direction you want to take. But I don't ever want to hear anybody say, oh, I can't do it because I'm not educated enough on HIPAA compliance or SOC 2 compliance or CMMC compliant or GDPR. There's no excuses, guys. There is too many resources out there that can make it happen for you. There just is. And one of the things that probably comes to mind is you want to always provide your clients with guaranteed response times. That's going to help you stand out. But I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm sticking to what are you going to do? Are you going to provide them with a co-managed solution or an entire takeover? So you've got to come up with an Excel spreadsheet that outlines every client, what you do for them, what services you offer, who your point of contact is, what the industry, size of firm. You get the picture because you're going to formulate a plan on what you're going to say for each one. It's really easy, and I'm here to help you guys. So, all right, so now this VAR, I'm going to say this is an established VAR because this is what happened the other day. This VAR is great. They're great at selling Cisco technology. They're great at selling Meraki's and implementing it and then walking away. They're walking away from thousands and thousands of dollars they could be generating each month, right? They just sell it and walk away. So what I'm trying to get across to you guys is that you need to stop doing that. You need to add a line item to that would specify a support package. When you sell a server or a Cisco device or whatever, an entire infrastructure, it should have a separate line item of, and it could be very simple because it's a starting point. This is not something that is going to be fleshed out in the proposal, but it's going to plant a seed with your client to say, hey, we'll manage all of this hardware for $10,000 a month. Do you want a contract for that? And if they say, yeah, we don't have the people for it. We can't do that. We don't have the manpower. We were gonna go hire an MSP to do that. Oh, I didn't know you did that, Mr. VAR. That's amazing. I'm so happy you mentioned it. It doesn't hurt to add that little line item just so they see that you're available. You have the ability to not only support it, but you can also provide them with a 24/7 SOC. So that leads me to my next bullet point is, what are you going to upsell? If you're a VAR, it's going to be easy, right? You're going to offer them everything under the service umbrella: 24/7 SOC, 24/7 help desk. You're going to sell them the MSP model, the managed service provider model, because you want to take over everything if that's the opportunity, right? If it's an entire takeover. If it's a co-managed, well, hey, you guys have an internal help desk team. How about we provide you with a 24/7 SOC? You guys don't have the skill set to implement SIM and all these other layers of security. So how about you give us that piece of the pie, that one sliver, and we'll implement a SOC. So an established VAR has so much possibilities to offer their current clients, right? Because they can determine, all right, based on this company, they have a full IT team. We're gonna offer them a SOC or staff augmentation or project support. So there's a number of options you can offer. If you want to sell all of them, if you want to give them an opportunity to buy or to hear about every single one, hey, be ready for it. So the next component is the CRM, and why a CRM is so critical. I can't even begin to tell you how many times my CRM has saved me, because we're busy people, right? We're in meetings, we're on calls, we're generating proposals, we're making phone calls, we're doing follow-ups. The CRM keeps you organized with data. The CRM is going to tell you, and this isn't a magical CRM. It's not going to magically provide you with information if you don't enter it. So you have to enter information on every conversation you have with every client or every company or every prospect you have, because you want to keep your information accurate. So when you call XYZ Corporation and you're calling the CEO because he selected another MSP, you're going to know that. So you're going to call him in 6 months and say, hey, Mr. CEO, I know you selected our competitors. I'm just following up to ensure you're still happy. I want to make sure that they're keeping you happy. And if you're not happy, can we schedule a call? So that CRM is going to provide you with a lot of critical information in the future. Another thing a CRM does for me is it reminds me that I have to send a proposal on Friday, right? Because clients are going to come to you and say, hey, Tom, I need a proposal by Friday, or can you get me something by next week? So you have to set a reminder of what that prospect wants. Detailed information. Hey, this is a 50-person office. They want help desk support during business hours. They need these following SaaS products. They want somebody on site once a week. This is strictly help desk, fixed cost model. So your CRM is going to be your best friend. You just don't know it. You need it. You got to put it in place because it's going to be a critical key in your success. There's so many components in running a successful MSP. I mean, from tech stack to your CRM, to your newsletters, to your pitches. I mean, there's so much. I know I got to deal with a lot of it, but but sticking to the CRM for right now is you have to put it in place. You can also integrate it with your newsletter engine. So MailChimp, I believe, integrates very well with a lot of CRMs. So you can have a scoring system and it automates a lot of functions, but too technical for me. It's something that I'd have to rely on my team to set up, but a CRM could easily integrate with a lot of email platforms out there. Now, I have two more bullet points here, and one of them is the follow-up. I did mention it on the CRM reminder, but because somebody asks for a proposal, you expect that they're going to be calling you back. Well, I'm going to give you the bad news right now. They're not going to call you back. You need to call them. You need to confirm that you're lined up with their requirements. Did you leave something out? Do they have questions? Do they need to meet with you? Is it going to meet their budget? Do you need to do better? Do you need a discount? Okay, let's say somebody comes up to you and says, prospect responds and says, hey, you know what? We want a 10% discount. You could either say, yes, I'll give you a discount, or you could say, sign it to your contract and I'll give you a 10% discount. Right now, you have a commitment for 2 years of guaranteed income each month. Okay. So always keep that in the back of your mind or in your back pocket that, okay, these guys want something. All right, they want something. You want something. Balance the scales. One can't be providing more than the other. Okay. Sure, they're going to give you money, but you're going to give them services. You're going to give them a proactive model so they don't have problems. You bring a lot of value. So remember that. Value your organization. Value yourself. That's what you're selling. You're selling value. You're not selling IT services, tech support, help desk, SOC services. You're not selling SOC services. You're selling valuable services. Okay. So all of you are thinking, for those listening, are probably thinking, well, Fernando, this is great. This all sounds in theory great, but how am I going to scale? And if you were paying attention earlier, yeah, I addressed it early on, but scaling is the least of your problems. I could tell you that right now. Scaling is going to be the easiest problem for you to solve. Your biggest challenge in business is generating new business, landing new accounts consistently. Landing a client every 6 months is not consistently. Landing a client every week is consistent. So if you're going to have scaling issues, that's going to be the easiest problem for you to solve. That's like the last on my list of problems to solve, because scaling is going to be the easiest problem I will be able to help you with. So I've hit on all my bullet points here, Greg. Is there anything that I need to touch on, or do you see anything that you would like to also want me to mention?
No, you did good. You did a great job.
All right. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up then. I thank you everybody for listening, and don't forget to sign up to be a member at mspcorner.com. Please share our link with the CEO who's going to find our information beneficial to their business. Please spread the word. We don't have a budget yet to start marketing ourselves, but we're gaining new members every week. So we're happy with that. But please pass on the word. We're here to help others, and that's our main goal. All right, guys, have a great night.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to sign up to be a member on www.mspcorner.com. Please share our link with a CEO who will find our information beneficial to their business. Have an awesome day.